Hello, good evening, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. How are you all doing today? Today is April 27, and I'm coming to you live from New York City. My name is Candy Rodo, and I hope that you like what I'm going to show you. And today, what I'm going to show you is alternatives with the beautiful paper pumpkin of this month, which is called Inked Expressions. And it's called that because these are some of the card bases that you have. Like, look how pretty with these pretty colors and the gold detail on them. Some of them have gold detail, some of them don't. And, really, really nice card bases like this. This doesn't have the gold. This had the gold in the front, which is this one, but I'll show you in a minute. Hi, good evening, Teresa. Thank you for joining. Let's see if today I'm luckier with my life and I don't have technical issues, but I cannot promise you anything. I hope I could, but anyway, I'm just taking a quick look that everything seems to be set up properly this time. Anyway, so these are this is one of the three cards that came in the design in the set. Let me show you the rest because usually I make one of each, but I thought that the other two designs were a little simple for my taste, and I'd rather use these elements to create uh a little bit more elaborate cards. That's my style. But anyway, I really like this one, so I did this one. That's the only one I did just like this. And then you'll see the difference. Hi, Deborah. Is not that orange timid tiger? I don't think so. I think it is peach pie. Yes, it is peach pie. I just checked. Um, anyway, so these are my alternatives. Two are like regular cards, like this one, very simple but nice, I think. And I converted it into a birthday card by just adding this birthday to the hugs. This is one of the elements that comes there. And I also added this uh, gold hearts to go with the gold insets that they have there. And then this is another simple one. This I hid embossed with gold just to go with the border. And I used a new embossing folder that's called Press Flowers. And that's coming on in the new catalog. So, which previews on Tuesday. Well, previews goes live on Tuesday. It doesn't preview. I'm previewing it for you. And then the other two cards are they're fun fold. So this is like a step up card, like center step or whatever it's called. I made it again into a birthday card, and I'm using the add-on, which I have one here. The add-on. This is the add-on. It's called Hugs a Bloom Dice, and as you know, it coordinates with the three paper pumpkins, but it has this flower, these leaves, and the hug. So I used everything, and you'll see. And then I also made this other fun fold card, which opens yay so. And here's my die cuts with using that. And then you can fold it back in. And it also uses the label from the add-on, but you can use any label you have. So these are the cards that we are going to make tonight. We're going to start with one of the easy ones. I'm going to alternate one easy, one fun fold, one easy, one fun fold. Let's see how late I go. And so far, so good. The phone is not going to sleep, so maybe I sort it out. Anyway, let's start with the birthday hugs, okay? This is very simple. When I have these beautiful card bases like I was showing you, like this, I hate that one of them has to go on the back. So I always cut this in half and use just regular card base, cardstock to create my card base, and so I can maximize the beautiful colors on this. Same with this one. So that's what we're gonna do with that one. So I've already cut one. And I'm going to use the hugs. And I'm going to make it in another color, because these you can make in just any color you want, pretty much. You know, like you can just, this has the colors that have here, just to go with what Teresa was asking, is Berry Burst, which is the ink spot that it comes with. Fleur de Flamingo, which is the pink. Fresh Freesia, which is the lavendery kind of this color. Then Gorgeous Grape, which is the darker lilac. Highland Heather, which is a little lighter lilac. And Peach Pie, Pool Party, the color we're gonna use, and gold. Of course, the gold, I don't have to describe what the gold is, right? Anyway, so let's start with this. I have it all pre-cut. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. So we're gonna fold the regular 5.5 by 8.5, score at 4.25. You know, your regular Yale car base. And something in my eye. Excuse me a second, because I can see. All right. I mean, honestly, allergy season. When I'm not sneezing, my eyes are itchy. You know, there's a reason why I don't like spring. And it's not because of the flowers and the rain, which I love. It's because my allergies go crazy. All right. So I'm using the trick of pushing against the ledge here and folding it like that. When it's, I mean, I mark it, but then I push it so it just has the perfect fold. And then we are going to use Pool Party for this one. In this I use Fresh Freesia. This I'm going to use Pool Party, which is this color that happens to be right here in the corner, right there. So that means that I'm going to have to cut this because I didn't actually trim it. And I'm going to cut it from this side so I can keep the most of my linked color, so to speak. All right. So I'm going to do this 5.25, sorry. No, is it 5.25? No, I'm going to do this 5 because the mat is 5.25 by 3.75, which leaves me this bit of thing that I can use to decorate my envelope with, or to decorate the inside of the card, or whatever you want. So this is 4 by 5.25, my mat, and this is 5 by 3.75, and you see it matches perfectly right now. And we're gonna glue this. No, first we're gonna put the ribbon. And I use the Fresh Freesia ribbon, and I have Pool Party ribbon here. It may be a little thick, so I may not do the whole bow. I may do just a knot. But anyway, see how it kind of like, once you put it, it kind of goes together, because that's the beauty of the coordinating products that we have. I'm thinking because this is thicker, maybe I'll do it in this side instead of doing it in this layer. So yes, I'm gonna glue this, just a little difference. Oh yes. I'm glad you like the Pool Party, Ginger. I do too. It's a very cool color, very summery. I like happy colors. I like cool colors the best. I'm a cool color person. But when they're combined like this, they look very nice. It's just like a step up pastel, because this is stronger than pastels. Pastel-y colors, I mean. All right, so for this, I'm just gonna do my usual, put a little bit of stamping seal. And I don't see my stamping seal, so I'm using the old, what we used to have before, the Tombow roller. This is just for the, it's not to adhere anything, it's just so that I know where to cut the ribbon and to adjust it so it's not crooked in the front. You know me. So then I put it like that. I turn it around and I say like, it's a little bit higher, so I can always adjust. That's my preferred way of doing it. And now we can put it down. And now I'm gonna use, let me get my scissors. I'm trying to be more organized so I have space to show you what I'm showing without throwing things on the floor. Dropping things on the floor. I don't throw them. Okay, come on. And this is a thick ribbon, so I'm gonna put extra adhesive on my ribbon as well. So this is a simple card using half of the card base, one of the card bases over there. If you think, oh, and it's not super exact, but anyway, we're gonna leave like that. If you think this is too much for you, sticking up, you can always put a piece of tear and tape underneath, so it stays put. Let's do a knot, because I think this is so bulky that, and I put the scissors away and I need them again. It's so bulky that, like a bow would be too much, I think. So I'm gonna put it on the side. Yeah, see how it kind of bulks a lot? So I'm gonna just trim the edges like that. And that's enough for this one. You can double knot it if you want. I think it's gonna stay like that. So I'm not gonna bother double knotting it. This is I didn't say which ribbon this was. It's Pool Party, and it's one of the ribbons that you were getting for free with the celebration. Crinkle ribbon. That's why it's so bulky, because it's crinkled. All right, so now we have that. That's the easy part. Well, not easy. Everything is easy in this one. Then we're gonna put the hugs here, and then I wanna have a birthday card. So I am using this birthday that comes from Everyday Greetings. And you're just gonna put birthday hugs, and that's it. And I'm gonna do it in, I guess I can do it still with the stamp set that it came with, or I can do it in I want to do it maybe in Lost Lagoon, because it's a little darker than the Pool Party. It'll be seen better. Let's see. Oh, I messed it up. But the paper has two sides. I don't know what's with this stamp. I think it's got like, it has like a roundness to it. So you have to be very straight. Okay, now it's fine. If you move it a little bit, it catches ink underneath, which is not ideal. Look at me. This is working tonight. Yay. All right. So I'm just going to cut it on the slant like that. And the same angle from this. Flatten the edges a little bit. And this will go right glued. But I think I'm going to put my hugs first so I can see where it fits the birthday would fit. Okay, so for the hugs, I'm using Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm gonna use the little ones. Actually, I could use a big one there, so I'm gonna use a big one. The set only came with little ones, but sometimes, you know. And I'm putting them where the lettering is the thickest, so they don't get seen. So here where they get together, the letters, and maybe something here. You know what? I have this, so I'm gonna use a piece of that. That's from another paper pumpkin past. Tales of the Paper Pumpkin Past. All right. All right. So how I want it is just like floating over the ribbon a little bit. Because it won't stick properly to the ribbon. I think I need a little bit behind this because it's getting too flat. So let me grab that little strip and we'll try to put it without upsetting the card too much. If I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I think. I don't want it to be seen. Come on. And you can always trim it a little bit. I'm just trying to put it in a way. Let's see. Now I can see. There we go. There. All right. And this is sticking up. You can always put a dimensional there. They don't work so well when they're over cloth, fabric. But we'll try. I'm going to put a half. Just a little bit of stickiness. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Much appreciated. See, it's still sticking up, but I don't mind. All right, let's throw this away. And now this, I can calculate where I want it. And I think I want it right there. Birthday hugs, okay? So we're gonna just use regular glue, Tombow, my favorite. Just make sure that it's straight. And that's it. And now for the finishing touch, I'm gonna put the hearts if I can find them, because you know I can never find things when I'm live. But I did have them. Like as soon as I disconnect, then I find everything that I couldn't find when I was live. Thank you so much, Deborah, for sharing. I much appreciate it. Let's see if we get some more people watching. And if we get to 6 people and it's 5 now, you know, I'll do a raffle. All right. So, oh, and the inside, I use a little strip that I had left over. I don't know why this one was thinner. I have the thin one here. I can use that, or I can use, and now I see the ribbon is really crooked. Oh, well, too late now, Candy. Oh, well. I can put this little strip here, or I can do a thicker one. I think I'll do the thin one. I kind of like the thin. Like so. And I don't think I have to trim it, but anyway. Just a little bit of glue. Like I'm trying to really be organized. Take things out of the way. Silicone mat for my gluing. I try not to touch the glue, and of course, I touch the glue. Not only, I touch the glue everywhere. I'm gonna have to wash my hands before continuing. This gives it a something here in the inside. It's like it has like another little ribbon. Okay, so this is the first card. I'm gonna move along now to our second card. Not before Candy uses a little bit of alcohol wipe to wipe her fingers. Sorry, I have to make sure I'm not messing up the other cards. I find this so useful, these little pre-pads. Perfect for when you just have like just a little bit of things. They actually clean your glass mat studio very well. And let me use them again before it dries. All right, so putting this separate. All right, so let's get card number 2. And card number 2 is gonna be the step up card. And let's see if I don't mess it up, because it's so usually, oh, by the way, this is how I did it inside. I used the butterfly stamps that come in the set. They're so cute. So I'm gonna put it like this so you can see what has to happen with this 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock. And I'm gonna use peach pie. Don't mess up yet. I hope not. Thank you, Liz. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, sometimes things are out of our control, right? Sometimes. So this is a piece of 4 1/4 by 11. And the cutting and the scoring is a little, it's not complicated, but, it's not the conventional one. I like to start with one scoring at 1, because that gives me the base. So I'm scoring this at 1 inch. Then I'm going to put my paper this way. And I'm going to go to the 1 inch mark here. I'm going to line my paper there. And then I'm going to get my blade and I'm going to put it where I just scored. No, where I just scored? Yes, where I just scored. And I'm going to go from 1 to 5 1/2. So right there, that's my cut. I think that's it, right? No, 6 1/2. Sorry, 6 1/2. Yes. From 1, not from 5 1/2. Okay, yeah, I'm cutting from 5 1/2. Thank God I checked. It's 6 1/2 total from the bottom, but it's just like the cut goes from 1 to 5 1/2. And I'm gonna lift it, trying not to move the blade where it is because it's at 5 1/2. And I'm gonna do this, put it again to the 1 and mark inch on the other side of the cutting area. And I'm gonna go now to the 1 inch there. So these are our 2 cuts. Okay, that's all we have to cut. Now, I have to now go to the 2 mark and do a line here, and that's only blade and not blade, only scoring. So I'm going to score this leg here, the thinner part, at 2, lift it, and then when it goes to the cut again, and then I'm just gonna press again, because that's where I want my score to be. And then I'm gonna move to, what was this? I have to measure it again. I just don't want to mess up the instructions for you. This is 5.5. Okay. So then we're gonna go to 5.5. And we're gonna do the center part at 5.5. No, I messed up. Something here is not working. I knew I had to write this down. Okay, let me see. Where did I go wrong? No, this is fine. Okay, where did I go wrong is that this had to go to 6.5. See, I knew it was. Sometimes I doubt myself. And so let's go extend this cut to 6.5. Did I do that one? Yes. It's a little off, but anyway, we'll make it work. 6.5. And then I have to do the same on this side. I'm sorry. There. Yes. And now that's the last part where we get the fold, the score. Here at 6.5 from the bottom. So yeah, we'll put it 6.5 and we do just the sides. Just the sides. Okay, let's see if I didn't mess up. So this will go like this. This first one goes like this. And then these little ones get folded like this. And these get folded by the fold. And this gets folded by the fold. And here's your step up. Okay, we're gonna burnish these folds now that we're secure. See, and my cut came out okay. So I'm glad I realized I had to extend that. All right, and now it's just a matter of decorating. So for here, let's do the inside. That's the easy part. I have a piece of cardstock that's not exactly square. It's 4 by 4.25. Yes. And we're gonna use, oh, I didn't bring the peach pie here. So I'm gonna use Timid Tiger because it happened to be on my desk. Timid Tiger is one of the new ink colors. You see how it's a little bit more coral than peach pie is a little lighter. But anyway, this is for the inside. I like the contrast of the butterflies being a little darker. I don't mind. So I'm just gonna clean these stamps that I had used with Berry Burst. I'm just gonna do butterflies all around. It's a springy card. Okay. We have in the set, it came with 2 stamps with butterflies. One are single and this one has 2 butterflies. Oops. Let's get that right. I'm using a foam mat that I have wrapped up with paper, but it's like there's a lot of air. So that's why it's not ideal for stamping, but anyway. Then I'm gonna get the single one and just put like a few more where I think they belong. When there's room, just flatten the wrapping here. I think that's enough. I'll put one more there. There. All right, enough. I don't think it makes a big difference that this is a darker orange than the other one. Right, it still looks nice. We're gonna glue it normally. They are very sweet, aren't they? Teresa, you didn't get this paper pumpkin? I mean, if you want more space for writing your messages inside the card, you may choose just to put like a few in the corner and you have more room. And you can also, write on top of it. It's not so dark. All right, so that's our inside already done. Now for the outside, how I decorated it, I used strips of the card base that are, yeah, and I want to feature the orange so it kind of links with my card base, so if I have to cut them, I'm gonna cut the whiter parts and not the orangey parts, right? You know what I mean? So these are like I think it's 3/4. It's a little bit more than 3/4 because I used what I had. Well, it's 3/4 actually. Yes, 3/4. Yes, 3/4 strips. Oh my God! They send you three of the inked expressions. Wow, I have to check. I haven't seen any more. I got two of the last one, and they said that you can keep them, so I kept it. All right, so we're gonna cut these at. Let's measure it. Trim them, I mean. They're 4.5, so we're gonna do 4.25. These two strips. And as I said, I'm gonna take I wanna feature the orange. Peach pie, I should say. I'm keeping this because you never know. I can do a flower from there, so like something. Such pretty paper. And the other strip, I'm gonna do from the other side 4.25. All right, so we're gonna put them right there. And I wanna see more color. I'm gonna put the white down. And it's better to glue it when it's sorry, flat. I could have done a little longer. I think it's fine. Yeah, I got two, Deborah. I think that was the first paper pumpkin after the consolidation of the website. And there was a little havoc with the Daisy set. What was it called? I don't remember. Oops. And same with these. I'm gonna put it down. Oops, sorry. I'm so looking forward to finishing that bottle of glue because there's something wrong with it. I think it got dried inside or something. I don't know what happened with it, but it just doesn't flow naturally. Gives me a lot of trouble. And then we need a piece for here that I didn't pre-cut, so we're gonna have to take care of that in a little bit. But first, I want to show you what we're going to put in the middle. I used the Tasteful Textile embossing folder, and I embossed a piece that is 4¼ by 2 1/8. Okay, just gonna put it down, and you can use whichever you just want. A little bit of texture. For my original card, I used one of the basic 3D embossing folders that came with 3. See, and I actually cleaned it last week with hot water. Make sure the it was all clear. It seemed to be fine, but now it is giving me trouble again, that glue. Anyway, so this one is the tasteful textiles, which is retired, but you can use whichever you want, or whichever you have handy. And this is the 3D embossing folder, basic 3D embossing folder. One of them, Hatch Design. They don't have a name for them. The 3 of them are called basic 3D embossing folders. Anyway, let me cut another piece from another. Let me see if I have anything left. I mean, I have a lot left, but I want to see if I don't have to destroy another card base to put the piece there. This is not long enough. So I may have to cut another card base. Yeah, like this. It's so nice. Such a pity. But anyway, I can use the rest. Okay, so I'm going to cut here a strip of 3/4 as well. I'm going to do a smidge over 3/4 just because if it doesn't work, I can always cut it back. So I'm doing a 16th of an inch more than 3/4. And I'm going to cut it at, this was 4¼ so I'm going to do 4 1/8. And if I don't like it, I'll adjust it down. And see why? Because there's the space here of this upper part, and then the space here. So I didn't want to have that much. That's what I did it a little bit more than the 3/4. And I think it looks fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue it. And you can use whichever part. If you want it more white, you could do more white. Oh, come on. Be nice. All right. There. So all we need to do now is put in here our greenery. And I cut from this beautiful piece the center one, and then you end up having 2 pieces. You could do this and just leave them, even if it's, to use it, even if it's a little short, but I have enough, so I'm gonna make another one, and I'm keeping all the extras here in a little cellophane bag so they don't get damaged. But I think they're all too short, the ones that I already cut, because I was very selective with the dandelions. I wanted to cut the dandelions, but you could do something like that if you wanted to use more of it and not to have to cut another one of the. But I have one left, so we can cut it right here. And this is the beauty of the paper pumpkin. Everything comes pre-cut for you. If you are not familiar with paper pumpkin, that's part of the fun, The hard parts are done for you, and you just have to do the creative part. The fun part. And if you even want more creative, you can just use these pieces and not follow the designs on the box like I'm doing right now. All right. It's a little intricate, so it takes a little while because I want to make sure that I'm not ripping up anything. All right, so I want to cut from here. I'm keeping this, so I'm just gonna go like this. So I'm gonna cut from here to here, and I'm just gonna use my snips. And saving this for another. And then see where I want it. Right there. And then I have to decide, do I want this guy in or out? So I want it in, so I'm just gonna cut it like this. And I've just realized I have the other half of the dimensional. It's like something's getting stuck there. All right, so I'm gonna keep the, oops, and you could see, I forgot I had to actually, these Siamese twins here, leaves, I'm just gonna separate them. But you could never tell. You could still use this for something else, right? And I thought of something else we could do with it, but I'm just, 4 cards is enough for one night. And we're gonna put this in dimensionals, the mini dimensionals. I think I'm doing pretty well time-wise. Yay! It helps when you don't have to be stopping for technical issues. All right. And I'm gonna put one dimensional of the mini ones behind the center of the dandelions there. There. And just gonna align it with the fold. So it kind of covers the fold. And look how pretty. Isn't it pretty? I love it. I don't know. This is like, these are not really my colors, but they appeal to me a lot. I really like them. Even though I'm more like, as I said, cool colors like greens and blues and, Anyway, now it's up to the messaging. Depends on what you need the cards for. This set came with these messages. Thinking of you, congratulations, you're amazing, I'm here for you, hugs. And then you have here, sending my love on your retirement to the happy couple. So this was congratulations on your retirement, congratulations to the happy couple, you're amazing, congratulations, you're amazing, or something, hugs, I'm here for you, like that. You can combine whatever you want, but I always want, most of the times I want birthday cards. So I'm gonna go for birthday cards. So I'm gonna put this here, the hugs. This die is from the add-on. Okay. So because you like the orange one, Teresa, I'm glad. So I'm gonna see where I'm putting it, because I want to make sure that I'm gonna put it right there. I think right underneath the goal line there. So I'm gonna use, just put glue on the top parts of these hugs and not on the S, because the S is gonna be hanging. So I'm just gonna hope that this cooperates, please. There we go. Now it's like, oh, it comes all together now. Let's see if I can clean it up a little bit. All right. Just the tops. There you go. I think I've mentioned it before. We have the fine tip glue. I find it way too liquid, and I don't like it. So I don't use it. But if you have it and there's a little extra glue there that I can take later off with my blue eraser. I don't think I put anything in this. And, I think it's strong enough. The adhesive will be strong enough with these letters. So I think that's fine. If you want to cut a dimensional and put it here or here to lift those up, feel free to do that. As I always say, I'm just here to inspire you. You don't have to copy everything I do. And I'm going to keep using Timid Tiger, or I can use the Berry Burst, actually, for this. Yeah, why not? Let's use Berry Burst. Berry Burst, I'm using the big one, but this is the ink spot that it comes with. But yes, you're right, Elise. This is a very versatile paper. I love it. I'm going to have to be very careful not to rock it because of what I told you that happened before. So I'm not even going to use my mat this time because I think that made it worse. I think I was off camera when I was stamping. But then, anyway, you can imagine how that goes, right? You didn't need to see it. All right, let me take this out for another occasion. And I did, just for variation's sake, I did flag tails to that, which is middle, and I didn't do a very good middle here. It's a little lower than the middle, but that's okay, as long as the other one is more or less the same. So what I put that like around there. And from the corner to the center, from the corner to the center. All right, let's clean this up. I saw the other day the most adorable little trash can with one of these swinging lids that had Snoopy on it, and it says like, well, for life messy moments. I thought it was so adorable. I was like, oh, I want it. But I'm like, where am I going to put it? I already don't have enough room here. So I was an adult and I decided not to buy it. I acted like a grown-up. And I'm going to just put that here. And I think we can still decorate it with the same sequence that I use here, even though it's because there's a lot of pink in the card too. So maybe I'll use the stronger ones. And these are also the sequence that you got for celebration, purple adhesive back sequence. I'm gonna use a big one here. You know what? I don't like this red. It's too red compared to the other ones. Kind of works there, but I think it's too much. What do you guys think? Maybe I should do just the fresh freesia. See. Yeah, I think that I like that better. All right. And my friend Julia always says, if they're free, put more than 3. But I'm frugal, so I'm not putting more than 3. I'm just putting 3 because I want this to last as long as possible because there's no more of that. Anyway, so this is card number 2. What do you guys think? And of course, it stands up. It's very cute. Anyway, moving on. Now we do another non-fun fold. We're going to do this one. And this one is going to be very fast because what's the longest one is the longest part is I had to hit emboss the thinking. So this thinking comes from let me see, what is it here? The set I want to show you comes with these die cuts that are great for this. Well, they're match exactly these sentiments like that. So this is how you go. and you can stamp it in color like I did in the original card here. Or if you do it with Versamark and then put heat embossing powder and melt it, then you end up with something like this. And that's what I did. And here we have it. Oh, I don't have the card base, but I can cut it very quickly because it's just a regular white, well, thick white, I think I did. Here's my pieces for in a second. Let me grab thick white. Have a sheet of thick white, or you can use regular white. It's a little thinner, but if you're mailing it, it may make it a little bit lighter. And this card doesn't have too many layers, so that's only has one layer. Oh, Teresa, I didn't see your comment, but that was a nice idea. Teresa says to put the sequins on the sides and the side panels and just put the cute butterflies on the white. But I had already emboss it. So I don't know if they would stamp correctly, but that's a great idea for before embossing it. Before embossing the white part, let's bring that up. Before embossing this, you can stamp the butterflies and put the sequins on the sides as Teresa is suggesting, and then emboss everything with the butterflies on it. Because if you put the butterflies now, I don't think they would stamp properly. Okay, so we're gonna score it a 4 1/4 or regular card base. And then we're gonna fold it in half and make sure that my scoring seems that it's a little tiny bit off, but that's why this trick is so good, because you can rectify it right there just by pressing against the ledge here, or whatever it's called, edge, maybe not ledge, edge. And here's my perfect folded card. All right, so this is very easy. I've already embossed this. This is the front of the card base. This was like that, right? So I cut it. Of course, I adjusted to 4 by 5 and 1/4. Sorry, yes, 4 by 5 and 1/4. And the front had this gold framing, which I love, and the back didn't. So I'm using the front. And I embossed it. And let's make one. I'm thinking that it could be also vertical. We can make it vertical just for variation's sake. How about that? And this is, as I said, the new embossing folder. You can see the design here better in the white. And it's called Pressed Flowers. They look like real flowers to me. They don't look very pressed, but I like it. Right, I'm putting extra. I'm always put a little bit of extra glue when you're dealing with something that's embossed, to make sure that it will adhere properly, that the glue didn't go into the crannies, and then you end up not having enough. Let's see now when I bring my sentiment, if I'll have enough room for doing a vertical card. There we go. So for these leaves are from the die, the add-on dies that I showed you, Hugs a Bloom. And these little ones, because they resemble these to me, this embossing folder, these are from Unbounded Love. And the only thing is sometimes, and it drives me crazy, they have these little holes that I just saw the one that it wasn't full, but maybe it fell when I moved it. Anyway, good. Just want to make sure they're all poked in. You know what I mean? All right, let's see if this will work. And what I did is this, well, we can put this leaf someplace else, like that. I think they will work as a vertical card. I'll put it further up, actually. Excellent. Yes, I'm gonna do that. So what I did first is calculate where I want my leaves. And of course, if you don't have these, you can use any other leaves. And I did them in white because I think it's very elegant. I tried the gold. I had the gold already cut, but it was too much. I want something very simple. And in this case, I want the thinking of you. It could be a good sympathy card, or where somebody's sick or something, nice little one. So this is where I want my leaves. So I'm just going to try not to move it too much. Just put a little bit of glue, if it allows me. Come on. Oh, there we go. And it's always feast of famine with this glue thing, but it's towards the end, just like I can't wait to get a new one. What did I say I wanted? See, this one, I know this is touching the gold, but this one that is not, yeah, I can go like this. There. And now this one. I don't put, as you notice, I didn't put glue on the tip, because if they get up a little bit, I kind of like that. So I don't want to specifically curl them, but yeah, these will go perfectly like that. Yes. All right. So now I'm just winging it, putting these little branches. I put too much, then I take some with my one little and one big for each. There, I could put it whatever. And now this one. Same, I'm not putting a lot of this one like that. A lot of the glue I'm only putting on the bottom part of the branch. Now this is gonna be put on dimensionals. And I'm gonna use a big dimensionals, even though it's the small dimensionals that came. I'm gonna put 3. Mm. Just find where you want it, and that's it. Well, no, that's not it. We need more sequins. And I'm using the white ones just to go with the white theme. And they have iridescent sheen to them that makes them go very well with this coloring of the where am I gonna put this one? Right there. All right. So that was easy, right? Because I had this already pre-embossed. But anyway, it's a simple card. But it's nice, I think. By embossing the card base, it makes it very pretty. Thank you, Teresa. I'm glad you like it. And the inside I left blank, actually. I was gonna put another branch here, but it's like, no, blank is fine. And if you want to put a bit of detail like this, you could, but I left it blank. Actually, this one would have been a better one to put, but I think I want this one white. I don't know why. All right, so let's go for the last card. We're doing excellent time, people. And the last card is this fan fold that opens like this. And to close it, you have to actually make sure that you put this through this side here, because the fan fold usually doesn't have this part, but I kind of like it, right? So anyway, that's why you have to be careful when you close it. You cannot just close it like this, because you're not going to be able to. All right, so it has to be like this. Not hard, but anyway. So let's start with this one. We have a piece of cardstock. Oops. This is for later. I'll leave it out since whatever. All right, a piece of cardstock that we're gonna score at 2 and 1/8 on each side. 2 and 1/8. And you're gonna turn it around and do 2 and 1/8 on this side as well. I'm glad, Deborah, that you like it a lot. So now these have to coincide in the middle. So instead of using my technique before, you were using the reverse with pressing against the center. And then where is my, oh, here, my bond folder. Because you don't want these overlapping. They have to be exact, meeting in the middle kind of thing. And sometimes when you score with your scoring tool, if you move it a little bit from the 1 and 2/8, like on the line, a little bit before the line, it can be more complicated. All right. So then, I didn't do this. Oh, I didn't pre-cut the pieces of berry burst. No, this actually is petunia. It's petunia pink, I think. Let me see if I have it right here. If not, we're gonna have to improvise and use another color. But I do think I have it. Please say I have it. Please say I have it. Well, I have these. I think that will work. All right. So we need panels. Let me make sure that I'm measuring up properly. These frames are 1 and 6/8. Yes, 1 and 6/8 by 4. Okay, so we're gonna cut it, and we need 3. All right. So we're gonna put this at 4. And then we're gonna cut 1 and 6/8. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Is it 6/8? No, 1 and 6/8 is okay. Let me measure that. Because 1 and 6/8 is like, this is where my metric system comes and in place. I'm like not metric, like a imperial. It's not 6/8. It's like 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/8. Sorry, people. Because 1 and 6/8 is 1 and 3/4. So okay, so 1 and 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's our first one. Oh, didn't cut. Okay, another one. 1 and 6/8. I have to be more intentional with my cutting. And the third one, 1 and 6/8. And then you could decorate this with pieces of this cardstock, and it would be very pretty. But I thought that embossing the front with the same embossing folder that we used for the previous card, the new upcoming pressed flowers will be very nice. And I did a piece that was it's actually 3 7/8 by 4.5. Okay, and I'm gonna cut this at 1.5 each, 3 pieces. So I'll cut 3 panels of this. One and a half. One and a half. And if I did it properly, this should be 1.5. And I did. Yay. Okay. And I'm gonna keep the order, kind of. I mean, these two are almost interchangeable, but I want the top one that has a little bit more air here to be the top one. So we're just gonna adhere this here, the panels on our little frames. You can use your color combination. I read you the colors that it had. It doesn't have petunia pink, I don't think. I didn't read it, right? Petunia pink. But I think it goes so well with those colors. No, peach pie and pool party. But I thought it goes very well, especially with the fresh freesia. It looks very nice. Oops. All right. Now I don't remember which one was what. Okay, this is the second one. It's like making a puzzle. Does it fit? Yes. Come on. Second piece. I don't know why this looks a little wider. But no, they're the same size. All right. It's like sometimes it's like a visual effect, kind of, that you think it's bigger, but because it has the embossing in another way. Oh, come on. I'm telling you, I'm done with this. Done. Soon enough. Because I cannot get myself to throw it away. If there's still valuable glue inside. So yeah. All right. So these are my 3 panels. And now we get the card. And we put the panels on the card. Now you have to be very careful on how you put this, because first you want it to be more or less even, the distances. So I think this needs to be a little farther. So this seems pretty even to me, right? So I'm going to start with the middle one, because that gives me the gauge for the other one. So my middle one, I put the glue on this side. So only this side is going to have glue. Only this half. I mean, and not even. Come on. Okay. Maybe time has come to get new glue. Come on, man. Don't fail me. We're at the end of the car. Come on. So I'm going to put this one in the middle. Oops. Did it move? Yes. And thankfully, this is liquid glue, so I can move it up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, that works. All right, so now I'm gonna do the top one, and the top one and the bottom one have glue on the other side. Come on. Okay, let me see if I can reach the more glue here. I don't know if I have it handy or not. Just, I cannot reach it. Let's see. Give it, oh, now it wants to work. It's just so irregular. There. So this one will go here. Ah, there. Align. Important thing is that these align with each other when they're closed, right? And now the bottom one also on this side. Okay, yeah, I can hear that it's the end of this. Just press it a little bit, and that's it. See, if you don't put any decoration here, it opens perfectly like that. Now, let me do the inside first. For the inside, I have a piece of cardstock that's 4 and 5 1/4. And I'm gonna put these guys like that. Because the stamps don't have any flowers, it only has sentiments. So I thought, well, we'll use the, and of course it's gonna give me trouble. We'll use the die cuts from the atom dies. I should have done the flower, these first. And this is Pool Party, and this is Fresh Freesia. And this is our interior flower. Pretty, right? Now, if the fates permit, we can glue this. And the fates don't permit. Okay. I never do this, and you know that. But desperate time, desperate measures, etc. Okay, and now this doesn't want to work either. Come on. Somebody has to work. Okay. But I have to be careful because I don't have wiggle room with that one. So I'm guessing like that. Yes, perfect. All right, so now we have to decorate the top. And we have some more flowers here that I pre-cut. I even put away the put on the side the pearls, the embellishments that I want to use. So for this one, I'm putting it on this side. This is the side that goes like this. And this is also from the die cut add-on. Just two, and you have to put them. Remember that this is gonna be floating on the top and on the bottom, so you have to put them more center so they don't get stuck, and hopefully they won't get stuck. And if they do, I'll move them. Enough. See, you cannot see them when it opens. That's the ideal thing. Then this gold piece also comes from the pre-cut elements that you get on the set. And we're gonna put that also with another dimensional. You can put it like this, or you can put it like that. can see what you look better. Looks better. I think I did it the other way around in this one, in the other one, but I'm gonna do it this side. It's a little irregular, so it just the leaves are little different on the top and the bottom, right? So I'm just gonna, in this one I didn't center it, I don't think, but in this one I'm gonna try to center it a little bit more, and even if it's not center, it's fine. Then we're gonna put the hugs here, floating in between the U and the H, or you can use it more like feature the H and leave the rest like that. I like a little bit more grounded, so I'm gonna put hopefully a little bit of glue in this, my U, and it doesn't come. Come on, guy, come on. Come on. All right, let's try this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean, of course, my thingy, my piercing tool, because now it's full of glue. Well, hopefully that will be enough. Yeah. And for this one, I used a little bit of this strip that I had here because this is too much and it opens and closes and opens and closes. So you want to secure it a little bit better. It's a little thick, so I'm going to try to trim it down. And see if I can put it on the edge there. You can see it a little bit too much, I think. So let me use the other side that was a little thinner of the strip that I just cut. Too long. Okay, maybe I'll put it right there. All right. So I didn't put it in the S, I put it here on the G, but I think that's secure enough. Okay. And now we're just gonna do the other flowers. I use a petunia pop it was called. I called it pink before, but it's petunia pop. Just gonna put this guy right there, but I think I'm missing. Oh, I'm missing one of these leaves. Well, tough luck. The other one we're gonna have to improvise, or I have to go and cut more, or I can just show you. I just need a little bit. Come on, guys, cooperate. I'm almost at the end. There we go. And where's my one? This one goes with dimensional like so. And then if I had another leaf, I will put it right there, which I'm just gonna cut in a second. I don't have it here either. These are all white. That's weird, because I cut. Should have used the ones for the inside, outside, but anyway. I'm gonna have to cut this very quickly. If I can get out of my setup here. And I'm gonna cut it on Los Lagoon. And here we have it. There. And the last bit of luck for my glue here, come on. And no luck. Yes. There we go. As with before, if the top of the leaves lift up a little bit, I don't mind. I prefer it. And one dimensional there for my fresh freesia flower. And this I did a little bit too low, the leaves, but anyway, we can put it right there. All right, so the last finishing touch is this petunia pot adhesive back pearl trio. I think they're discontinued, but you can use the color and embellishments that you want. And I'm using one on each panel, just because. And that's it. So let's review the cards of the day. This is what I have for you today. Cards of the day are these triple. I'm gonna put them like this because they're the same. And then we have the birthday hugs with the golden hearts. Then we have the thinking of you with the embossed background. And then we have the step up card with the birthday hugs as well. Okay, so let me know which one you like better. And I hope you enjoyed this. This is a great set. As Elise was saying, the paper is so versatile. You can use it for almost anything. And I hope you enjoy it and have fun with it. I think I have material to make a lot more cards, but I don't know if I will or not. So we'll see. But I want to have something different for next week. So even if I do, I'll post them, but I won't do a tutorial on more alternative probably, unless people ask for it. But anyway, thank you, Teresa. I'm so glad you like them. And I hope you have a fantastic week. And I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Have a wonderful week. Bye.